our second topic today is going to be our most prized material possession. It could be one item, it could be a group of items based on where I think I'm going to go with mine. But we'll go with you first if you don't mind going first.
Yeah, sure, I'll go.
Okay. What do you think your most prized?
When you mentioned this to me, I really thought about it, and I had a hard time thinking about it because like I think I've come to a point like now like where I do and I don't, but I feel like I don't really have a strong attachment to a lot of things because I'm like, I mean, there are certain things that of course that I think sentimental.
Sure.
But when you specifically said to eliminate that, I really was thinking, it was like,
difficult.
Is there something that if it just burned up and I couldn't do without, and there wasn't an answer that I could come up with that it was like, oh no, you know,
maybe sentimental and not.
I do have an answer though.
Okay.
I mean,
sorry.
No, you're cool. I was just thinking about it, and I just like I've been getting into more of a frame of like the objects that I own have to be a tool and they have to serve a purpose. And I find that like when I was younger, I had to fall into the trappings of like collecting a whole bunch of crap that doesn't really serve a purpose and it's just there and it just takes up space in your life. Right. And I've really been trying to like sort of focus on what things I make are useful and they can make things and they can make, you know, they don't have to necessarily make money, but you know, they have to have serve a purpose.
Right.
And I was just thinking about like, you know, what do I honestly use regularly that improves the quality of my life? And I thought about it, and maybe this is a little bit of a cop out because it opens a window to a lot of things.
Sure.
But my computer.
Oh, that's a good answer actually, but go ahead.
And the reason I said that obviously is because like the computer is just so much in one box, and it gives you entertainment, knowledge, and that's the one thing that I think is like outweighs everything else is the vast amount of knowledge that's available to you with this device. The world's knowledge is right there in
seconds away.
Seconds away.
It's crazy.
Seconds away. It's crazy just to think about this. Like if you describe this, especially like a phone, you know, something you can hold in your hand to be anywhere. It's like the world's knowledge. I mean, it's cliche, but people use the latest cat video or some bullshit like that. Yeah. I mean, it's like the world encyclopedia. Like wars were fought over less, you know, in the past, you know,
definitely,
and you know, countless lives and stuff. And
do you want to charge that, by the way?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. But
continue. Sorry.
Edit that.
No.
Here we go. Yeah, but no, I mean, just like, especially like there's a lot of trash on YouTube, but like YouTube videos, you can learn pretty much any skill. Like people upload like videos on how to do anything, and I just find myself sometimes just watching things on how to do it just to have the knowledge of doing it. I may not even ever do it, but it's just like, wow, that's how it's done. This is like a master who's able to pass on his knowledge to other people.
Oh, for sure.
It's right there. And
I've gone deep down the rabbit hole with like stuff like I'm never gonna do this. I know I'm not, but it's so cool to learn to see how it's done.
Oh yeah,
like because I never would have thought to look it up. It's just I come across it and I'm like, this is fascinating. It also gives you a special appreciation for the people that do make those things.
Oh sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, think about it myself as like it's like maybe I could be a content creator to make someone's life, you know, easier or something. You know, I mean, I find it if I don't know something like how to use a particular device or I'm uncertain, or maybe it's a device that I use regularly, but I'm trying to use it in a different way, and I need to get a little bit of perspective. It's just so much easier to see that video specifically on this one topic rather than, you know, diving into a manual, which I do frequently.
Sure.
Because the things I work with sometimes are so specific that you
have
to.
There's nothing online about it.
There's nothing online because there's not that much demand.
Sure. But as I say specifically, I think I think you would get a lot of followers because you've made for a present for me. Even you made these amazing shields. And that's one of my most prized possessions for sure.
Oh wow, okay.
It's really beautiful and it meant a lot to me. But like the craft work that went into it is really, really beautiful. And I think if you did a series on how to create stuff like that, I think you would be very popular.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So I definitely got that like Viking.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, it was basically kind of like this Viking shield. I guess right? Was that what it be?
Yeah. It's like a boat shield.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. So with the handle, and it's so well made, like. it's made to withstand like axe blows and sword blows and arrows. Like this is heavy duty shit, and you basically made it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me because I'm not very handy with that kind of any of that kind of stuff.
Oh, that wood.
So basically, right?
Working with the hand.
He handles wood a lot. You set yourself up for that. Sorry.
Oh my god.
No. But no, it was no. It's a beautiful gift. It's one of the best gifts I ever got from
thanks,
someone,
man. That means
for
a lot.
sure. But yeah, like stuff like that. I think you would, if you're wondering what to do in terms of creating like content.
Oh,
stuff
sure.
like that I think would be popular.
Oh yeah. I mean, I never really thought about like making my own video. Well, I use the preface. This is my I'm popping my cherry for vlog or blog or whatever this is called.
Yeah.
Whatever the kids are calling
Yeah.
these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
They're calling it anal sex. Not kidding.
But yeah, no. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So for you, I mean, what?
This is gonna sound super shallow in comparison.
Oh wow! Okay.
But it's probably going to be either my video game collection or the systems, my old systems, my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 probably specifically. I grew up in like not the best circumstances, and like this was my way out. I didn't have a computer until I was much older.
I bet you still have I need to play this. This is on my list of to do.
Oh yeah,
I know
I have. Yeah,
you got a huge multi-year backup.
My backlogs include PS1 games for sure. Like it's ridiculous. I'm too ambitious with the stuff I want to play. I think I have to prioritize.
The wheel and hoop
backlog.
Yeah. I was getting around to playing that.
Ball in a cup. I have to beat that still. But like, to be a little more serious, I didn't grow up in like the best of conditions, and I didn't. It's not that I didn't have many friends. I was just kind of a loner by nature.
Okay.
And so, I didn't have much parental guidance. My parents split up when I was pretty young, and so my mom wasn't a very good parent. People were like, "Oh, you're bad about your mom." Well, you know, you don't know the situation, so whatever. Anyway, so basically, my parents split up when I was young, and I turned to video games from a young age, and that was like my window to like a lot of things. I know people don't know a lot about video games. They're like, "Oh, what do you mean, like Super Mario?" I'm like, I mean, just like even just PS1 RPGs, like they have influenced my vocabulary, like the way I see the world in certain ways. They were so fundamental to my the years in which I was developing most.
It's kind of like the modern adventure book or like a
right.
modern.
Oh, I read a lot too.
Fantasy
novel. But it wasn't
you know?
as. It might not have been as. I mean, I read from when I was like a little kid until I was older. I still read, obviously, but like I was always doing that. But this was a much broader window into.
Oh, it covers multiple levels of like, sense and experience. You know
sound,
what I mean?
video,
sound, you know, sound, textile response. You know, even with the controller.
Yeah, like a lot of RPGs too, like hand-eye coordination too. Yeah, but a lot. It's almost like reading some of these games because they were so story in depth. But like. They helped, you know, I think about it and I feel like they helped me really get through some tough times. A little shallow on the outset, but well, like when I analyze it, it's like more like it helped me get through like some of my formative teenage years that maybe I might not have been the same person as I am today or not seen the world the same way as I do. Obviously, I've evolved in my thinking since then too, but there's still very much a very strong part of my life. But like, going off the back of like my mom wasn't the best parent, like we've moved a lot. Like I think I've told you, like you know, like I moved like more than most senior citizens.
Sure.
You know, Flip and I were trading stories, and even he was like, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've lived. I think it was in the 20s, like high 20s, and I'm 29. So I think when I did the math a few years ago, it was over one time per year, over once per year.
Wow.
That's how many moves it was. But
yeah, that's a lot to experience, especially when you're growing up. You know what I mean? It's having a constant exchange of just relationships you have to build up.
Right.
I mean, too, like even the psychological thing. Like, I mean, why I can understand you might be a tendency to be that loner at that age is because it's like this thing of like, oh, if I'm just gonna move in a year, what's the point?
It's hard to make friends when you move so much, for sure. Like I went to 3 different high schools in 3 years. And those are strong years of your life. But yeah, no, these things were really like kind of there for me when maybe my mother definitely wasn't. And my father lived like a state away. I mean, he did what he could, but he had his own family. But these were things that were really important to me. And like the fact that I moved so much means I lost a lot. Like I lost a lot between moves. And so these are things I kept, and I've still lost games here and there, but like I have some games in some systems that I've had for like over 20 years.
Yeah, I
It's
find
like-
myself as being like a game hoarder. I never.
Exactly.
Trade.
I
I
don't
can't-
sell
I-
them. I
like-
don't even lend them out unless I super
Oh, yeah,
trust
yeah,
the person.
yeah.
I've been burned so many times. Like,
Yeah.
I can only like maybe on one hand is the amount of people I would lend things out to,
Oh, sure.
games or otherwise. I just don't trust people.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Like
Yeah.
I've definitely been burned before, but
Yeah.
you know, and then too, like especially if you're talking about like some of those games that are like a huge nostalgia factor.
Sure.
They're like precious items. Like they're an experience in your life, and it's like this manifestation of that.
I'm big on nostalgia too. Like just naturally, like I'll hear a song I didn't hear in 10 years or something, or I'll watch a movie I didn't see, and like I remember what I was doing or like how life was like at that time.
Yeah.
And even if some things were bad, I always found like enjoyment in these things.
Sure.
So it was always a good feeling. Like I found comfort in those things.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was. So that's probably my most prized possession. Either the collection of games I have, or that I still have from like 20 years ago. Some games still, some rare now too. But I'm never gonna sell them. Just, you know what I mean. Same thing with you. Kind of hoard it. Like I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And I just. I'm saying a lot. It's not good. I should probably take a public speaking class. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're fine.
No,
you're
no,
fine.
no.
But no, we were saying this is not. It's not a shallow response. I think it's it's a good response.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, me personally, I am surprised that some of my controllers still work. I will definitely say this. I mean, there's a little bit of break. I mean, I go off topic again, but like modern controlers, I'm sorry, are built at like in the old days, man. I mean, like, I used to like rage, like my personality. Sometimes you get angry a little bit. I used like the Nintendo controller. I was like,
Slam it by the wire.
and just like right, I don't like destroyed table, like boom, bounce up, and it stayed intact. Like if I did this with this thing,
oh no, that thing
like,
would explode. No, PS2, like it's gotten like worse. Everything. I think the PS4 controller's pretty sturdy.
Yeah,
but it's gotten, I think, a little weaker. Like PS3 controller was kind of, I feel like, flimsy. PS2 controller is really strong, but I think talking about raging, I don't really do it anymore. I mean, I'll curse or shit, curse or something at the game or whatever. I'm not gonna break anything because now it's like my money. So I'm like, I probably shouldn't break this shit.
Oh sure, yeah.
But I think the only person when I was like 14 or 15, PS2 was still the main Sony console, and I had a PS2 controller was laying on the hardwood floor, and I got so mad that I just punched it as it was laying on the floor, and it fucking shattered. I was like, I cut my hand. That's how bad it shattered. Wow. So I was like I still to this day, like, no one's ever like you shattered a PS with one punch. How fucking, what were you playing? And the sad thing is, I wish I could remember. I just kind of like, it was laying on the ground, just like punched the ground, against the ground with my hand, and it just shattered. And I was like, oh shit, basically, because I'm like. Because then I'm like, oh fuck, that's to go back. That's my only controller.
I wasn't like my family didn't have a lot of money growing up, and like I would like a video game system was like precious.
Exactly,
like that. And then like if I broke something like that, I'd be like, fuck, I'm never gonna get another one. How am I gonna do this? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I dropped it. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not working. It's a piece of junk.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
You gotta try to scheme it and like put it under like your dad's shoe or something. Dad, why'd you step on my controller? What happened?
Oh no! This is fine. I mean, it's but I'm trying to think of what I don't know. Was it a controller? No, how I got around it was because what system was it? I'm thinking of maybe Genesis or something, and I think I got around it because like my father also liked to play games, and so he was we obviously gotta get another one because he can't. You know,
he
what
can't
I mean?
play it then.
Yeah. And so I lucked out in that sense, but no, there's definitely been times like especially after I did it and it survived the hit. I'm like, God, I shouldn't have done that. You know?
Yeah. No, I know. I definitely know that feeling where I'll not break it, and I'm like, oh shit, I should probably not do that again. And then like 20 minutes later, I'll fucking throw it against the wall, some shit, you know what I mean? Or spike it, just like one of the places we lived, like hardwood floors in my bedroom.
Oh sure.
And it's fucking spiky. I mean, and like, I'm surprised that didn't break.
Yeah.
I better stop.
And sometimes, like, too, like I don't know why. Like sometimes you smash something and then it doesn't break, but then you go like,
you drop it and like a fucking piece goes flying out and shit. Yeah, you drop it on a carpeted floor and it's like, no, why is it not working? What the fuck's going on?
That's probably from the other stress fractures that you've had like 15 million times.
It was hanging on by that thread. and you breathing on it
Camp-
basically exploded.
Shoulder
it.
broke the camel's back.
Yeah, pretty
Proverbial.
much. Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was a good topic. I like that.
mhm.
Okay. So.
I was like, oh man. So like video game, like
Yeah.
going into that, like I've been playing. I've been telling you,
Battlefield
1.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's maybe a mistake for some of my age.
No.
'cause I'm going
you're
against like
13-year-olds.
probably 13-year-olds. I had them. I am not.
How many of them
I'm not-
had
I don't
sex
even
with your
know.
mom?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, fuck your mom last
I have a headset. I purposely don't wear this thing. I don't even know if there's a voice chat. I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
there is. I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm getting
Like,
called.
I'm not participating in it.
No, not at all. Some, the balls haven't dropped yet.
Yeah.
You can fuck yourself. I fucked your mom. And
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a horrible first time experience.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whenever someone would
know?
say that to me, so this is a terrible joke. But
So
whenever
you're
someone
in the
would say that-
seniors, are you? Now?
Yeah, no. When someone say
You
that
know
to me in
what I mean?
school, I'm like, oh, I hope you like AIDS. And people will be like, it's fucked up, man. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Probably a terrible joke now, but yeah.
Sure.
the worst joke
It's
in the
not-
80s,
it's not
probably.
a PC,
Not as less funny maybe in the 80s.
But no, definitely like it's like if there's anything that's gonna get me into like a rage, it's like a competitive like online
Oh,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
experience like that. I
Yeah.
find myself like still live with roommates or something, and they're thin walls and like I could go into that topic. But,
Yeah. That's
But
another-
it's
one of
me
those
like
deep stories.
what the fuck this shit? The fuck is this thing doing? I
Yeah.
fucking shot that mother effer, sometimes
yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely that rage coming out a little
Sure,
bit.
sure.
It's healthy though. I don't know.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
definitely it's cathartic.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
So you don't do that where you work and
Sure.
punch random people in the face. You know what I mean?
Sure, most definitely. You gotta have a release sometimes.
Like, I gotta shoot people in this game before I start shooting people in real life. You know what I mean?
That FBI knocked down.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
Yeah, no. But no, I'm not serious.
oh
obviously.
no,
But,
yeah,
yeah,
obviously.
But no, they yeah, no, that's how I felt. Like it was definitely a cathartic thing.
Sure.
Back to when I was younger,
Sure.
especially.
It's
all these
definitely
things
like a
going
relief,
on. Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like even like dealing with people that are just assholes, like getting in fights and stuff. I mean, they can even release some stress. Like
Sure.
my case, like growing up, like with as far as a stress reliever in that topic, in that sense, like I was still like a solidly built
Right.
kid. I was obviously the fat wasn't
Yeah.
there.
You were a little
but I was
thinner,
like
you're
I was
saying.
thinner,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit, a lot of bit,
Yeah.
and I was a strong guy,
Yeah,
but
you're
I
just
wasn't
built big.
fast.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You're
I
like
was.
a berserker. You're not
Yeah, yeah.
fast, but you're brute.
And these like
Strength.
and the most little shit annoying
Oh, I think you
assholes
told me
would
this.
like do stuff and like I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'd rage and like I'd chase them down, but they'd like run off. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like-
like whenever I caught them, fucking explosion.
Yeah. If I do get my hands on you,
Motherfucker.
yeah.
I remember the one time I'd like fucking like
Caught one of them.
caught one and slammed one into a fucking tree. Like,
Oh,
like,
you told me this story. Yeah. I
like,
do want to have a topic at some
destroyed,
point of
destroyed.
like worst fight you've ever been in,
Yeah.
or like just maybe that'll be a good.
I would
topic
get
for
into it.
another
I mean,
day.
like
Yeah.
something a fight that I lost. I mean, like I could
Maybe
go into
that
that.
too,
Yeah.
yeah. But
I
not- not today.
It was assholes like having to get in reinforcements.
Oh
to,
yeah,
to-
like a group of people.
Yeah,
I fucking hate that
bullshit.
shit. Bullshit. But yeah, no, I definitely know that feeling.
I don't even know if kids fight anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's as big as when we were growing up.
Yeah, maybe. I
And plus
don't know.
you
I
got
think
some years
there's
on
like
me. You're like 4
Yeah.
or 5 years older than me.
yeah,
so.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
think maybe it's like the culture we
years.
live in, and maybe it's like, oh, we gotta work out your feelings.
Yeah,
or I
conflict
don't
resolution
even
they called it when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Or like when I was old enough, like when I was younger, we just like even in first, second grade, we just fight. Like I grew up in
Yeah.
a bad area too, so
know.
like
sure.
people just fought. That's what they did, and like maybe you were
And
friends
you can
afterwards.
actually, no, you could actually. It's like a part of camaraderie, and it's
Right.
like this whole thing is like it's kind of like I don't know how to say this. I mean, like I don't, violence isn't necessarily always the answer, but I think sometimes it is. I mean, like especially in that age where it's
Sure.
like you're not really getting hurt, but it's like a way to physically show your expression,
Especially
to a certain
for
extent.
boys, I think.
Yeah,
boys are
yeah.
more rambunctious growing up,
And then it's like this ADHD and all that other
right.
bullshit. And
They have more energy, so
Yeah.
like I think like young school especially is not designed for, boys to
yeah,
get their energy out that they
Mm-hmm.
need to. So I think a lot of them were grossly misdiagnosed with that.
oh
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
put on that. Like, even myself, I was like put on stuff and like
Ritalin and shit
or
or something like that.
it was like on this one medication, and it enabled me to focus, but like I was like in a shell, and I was like this like calm on the exterior, and I could focus on my schoolwork, but I was like underneath I'm like this raging like and then when it wore off, I was like,
he went
like
nuts. Yeah.
and I had a nickname, Crazy Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
I remember that.
I was probably justified. I mean,
Sure.
I can't remember. I'm sure. I mean, I did some
So,
crazy
yeah,
shit
yeah.
sometimes.
Especially, I would think especially if is that fallen?
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Especially especially if you're on a medication to like tone the energy down when it's naturally there. You know, I think it's
I
natural
definitely
in
like
boys.
it felt like I was like an
You're ready to
inside
burst
inner voice.
outside of this thing.
Oh yeah, it was like a shell.
So when you did stop it, it was like I'm going fucking crazy.
yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Maybe bad times. Not enough.
Okay.